what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy it. Meal says, I feel like the receiver room has a lot to prove outside of Neighbors. Brian Thomas needs to break through, and Kyron Lace's a physical freak who needs to watch fumbles. I don't know specifically about the Lacey fumbles, but I will say that the LSU receiver group, I do need to see him put up numbers. Because this is the second or third year in a row now where we've hyped them up as being a top 5 group in the entire country, and they have not lived. They definitely didn't live up to billing last year.
You don't think so? I mean, Neighbors had 1,000. Kayshawn, who was not to the individual standard that we had, but he had 538.
No.
Jure had 400. Brian Thomas had 400. Kyron Lacey had 300.
Nobody ever really felt that threatened by the LSU.
Brian Thomas had 5 receiving touchdowns last year.
Yeah, look, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying, look, we're talking about top 3, you know. I'm not saying you're going to throw the ball like Washington, so you're not going to hit like two guys with like 1,000 yards and a third with almost 1,000, but it has to be better than last year.
Yeah, your quarterback ran for over 1,100 yards. Now he lost 224, so the net total was 885. But remember, in college, they take sacks out of your rushing total, 1,100 yards on the ground. So, that's going to be the difference. But numbers, I wouldn't go off numbers is the only point. Like, Kayshawn,
so, okay, they don't go off numbers. I just don't think they felt very threatening last year. Like, they never really took the top off. Like,
when they wanted to, they did, though. Like, Florida game, multiple times, that was the game plan in that game, and they took the top off.
Then it's got to be more. I'm sorry, I'm just saying, if you want me to give you top 3, if you want me to give you top 3 receiver group in the nation, that has to be.
Disagree.
No, I know, I'm saying, but it's got to be every week. Why are we giving them the benefit of it? Like, if that was not LSU, you would not say that was a top 3 receiver group in the country.
I just don't think it's part of the offense. I think Malik Neighbors is going to be a first-round pick. Brian Thomas is going to play as long as he wants in the NFL. Like, Kyron Lacey is somebody that, to your point, if you want to have top 3, he probably needs to play the best out of the group, because Brian Thomas is somebody that you kind of know where he's going to shine. He's going to be a red area guy. They're going to throw the ball up. It's what he does really, really well. Malik's going to be your one. We have seen flashes from Kyron Lacey, but we've also seen Texas A&M where he had some drops. So to your point, he's probably the guy that needs to step up to elevate that room the most. And then you have Aaron Anderson, who we don't really know what the role is going to be for him.
And it's not even just about the receivers. I just think if that's supposed to be, for the second year in a row, maybe it's not the most talented group now because the offensive line could actually maybe be coming for that crown on this team. But last year definitely was, and it did not feel like you maximized the main strength of your team. And so if it again is receivers, then yeah, it's everything that we talked about this offseason. I want to see Jaden Daniels and his offense be willing to push the ball more, be more explosive, and be more threatening.
Yeah, you can't have Arkansas game. You can't have Texas A&M game.
No, Auburn game.
Right?
Can't have
Auburn you throw for
it was like
85 yards.
Yeah.
85 against Auburn, 86 against Arkansas, 200, but didn't feel like 200 against A&M. And then you go throw for 502 against Georgia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Because they opened it up because the game dictated that they had to, but it kind of was like the only good part about that was fun to see the offense say the hell with it.
You did that. You could get an idea of what that receiver room could actually do if you're willing to take those shots.
And I would throw Mason Taylor into the receiver room. I know he's a tight end.
That's fair.
But we know how much of a target he was. 38 catches for 414, 3 touchdowns a year ago. And certainly in that Georgia game, I mean, in the Field Steel magazine, the picture of the catch where he goes up, climbs the ladder, and grabs it. So I kind of agree with you, but also think that within the schematics of the offense, when they did it at a high level. The offense just didn't call for it a ton. But you can't be where LSU wants to be if you have a game like you had at Auburn, at Arkansas, or at A&M a year ago.
No, you can't. And that's just the evolution that I need to see out of the offense philosophically as well. So you don't get away from taking advantage of Jaden Daniels' legs. Hell no. But you increase the threat of Jaden Daniels' legs by also being like, okay, you want to cheat down and try to stop him? Well, I'm gonna take your top off. Very bad phrasing there. Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.